Steve716 here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Right guys, sorry for the lack of content recently over the last couple of weeks, but as we've been in full lockdown here in the UK, it's not been an ideal situation to get some content out there really, especially with me on the 5000 watt 72 volt Chinese stealth clone, which I would have loved to have done to get some riding footage out on there, but unfortunately in this current situation it's a bit dodgy really, and plus the weather has been absolutely shit, so it's just cold and damp and wet and horrible. So riding bikes, and especially these high powered ones in these sort of conditions, is not ideal, to be honest with you. You know, I'm more of a fair weather rider, so yeah, it's some people are quite happy to take it out in the winter, but not me really. No, it's not really my cup of tea. So, but I will get it out very shortly. If it's not the 5000 watt, it will be the black 3000 watt bike. So I'm hoping to get out very soon as this lockdown is cleared. I know I could class it as like exercise going out. Really? You know, there's not a lot of pedalling going on, to be honest with you guys, is there? I mean, if I am pedalling, it's just for show. So, yeah. If it was more of a push bike conversion to electric, then yeah, I would probably be out a lot more on it. So anyway, enough of the blabbering on, and I'll get on with the video. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to build this 3000 watt 48 volt stealth bomber up now from Alibaba, and I'm going to do a little bit more in depth this time, and to show you exactly how it's set out when it actually comes out of the box itself. So anyway, let's get on with it. Here we have it, and what we have here is all the boxes. So we've got 3 boxes and the main large box at the back here. All I've done is just removed the front wheel out of the box. So you can see that's 21-inch motorcycle rim with some nice fat knobblies on there, and the brake disc already installed. The spindle for the front wheel will be on the installed on the forks. So in here is the battery. That's the 48 volt 29 amp hour battery with Samsung cells, blah blah. And in this one is the motorcycle seat conversion for the bike, and this is basically how the main box come. It was wrapped in plastic and had some strong cardboard edgings all the way around the edges as well. As you can see, it's double boxed, and pretty much what we've got in here is the main components of the bike really. You've got the main frame, obviously the rear hub motor, and the single seat here. So yeah, and the handlebars are here, which are all wrapped up in some bubble, and plenty of polystyrene in the box as well. As you can see, there's shitloads of cable ties all over the option. So yeah, that's all ready to go. Pretty much all I've got to do, take the forks obviously out of the box, put the front wheel in the forks, slide the forks onto the main frame of the bike, and then attach the handlebars with the headset. All the wiring's already done. Install the battery, charge the battery up, and you're ready to go. So that is pretty much it with these. It's really simple job. As you can see, all the derailleur and the freewheel is already on there, and the chain. It just needs all removing out of this nice box, and then we can get on with it. So I'm going to cut this video here, so next time you'll see it, the main bike, the frame, obviously, which is in the large box cell, will be out of that box and laid on this floor here next to these other 3 boxes and the front wheel. So with all the magic of video editing, 3, 2, 1. Bing! There you go, guys. So I've just wrestled that main frame, well, the main components of the bike out of that box, and this is exactly how it come out of that box. So as you can see, it's pretty well wrapped up still. You've got some protection around the swing arm and the pedal area and the crank, and plenty around the main frame here. So it's you know, some foam and cardboard around the main frame. The seat was also protected, but I just had to remove this before I took the main frame out of the box. So yeah, the handlebars, as you can see, well protected. The LCD, well protected. And caliper, I mean. Front caliper, you've got your 2 keys on here, cable tied up. And yeah, I mean, yeah, the chain was off, but yeah. So it's just a matter of putting that on. So there you go. Even air in the tyres as well. But so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove the packaging off the bike, off the main frame, and off the swing arm, etc. Get rid of all the packaging off it, and I'm going to remove the forks out of the box, the battery, and the optional motorcycle seat conversion as well. And this little box was also in the main box. In there will be your pedals, some instructions for the suspension, and the charger with 2 spare fuses. As I'm in the UK, it'll have a UK 3-pin plug on there. And yeah, so 3, 2, 1, boom. So there you are, guys. So it's all removed out of the box. Boxes, should I say. Yeah, the forks out and very well wrapped up indeed. Shed loads of bubble wrap around these and double boxed. So you've got all your spacers and whatnot on already on here, and they're in the order they need to go on when you actually put them on the bike. So you won't get too confused there. So you've got your top spacers there, then obviously your handlebars go on. So this is exactly how they need to go on when you put them on the bike. Yeah. Battery, as you see, it's a Samsung 48 volt 29 amp hour. You've got your nice chunky connection there, your main connection, and these are your charge leads which you connect up in the frame itself, which I'll show you at a later date. So it's just a little cap on there just to stop them touching. Nice little touch. But this is also very, very well packed up as well. Yeah, a fair bit of weight in that. I don't know, 12 kilos maybe, 10 to 12 kilos. The motorcycle seat, I'm not going to bother removing it because I'm not going to actually put that on the bike yet. But literally just opened the box, and this is exactly how it is. And you've got this additional frame extension which sits on top of the main frame. It just fills that gap when you fit the motorcycle seat, and it makes it look quite chunky and meaty actually. I really do like that touch. It looks nice when it's on. But yeah, that's how the motorcycle seat come. Obviously you've seen the front wheel. And in the small box, which was in the large box with the main frame itself, is some instructions for the brakes, the hydraulics, the rear suspension. We've got a set of 6 screws here, nuts and bolts, sorry. That is to fit the additional extension which I just showed you in the motorcycle seat. As you can see, there's holes pre-drilled there. So it's just a simple screw on and bolt up jobby. You've got your, obviously your pedals. and in here will be the charger itself and a reflector. Thank you very much. I'll have it. So as you can see, it's sent with a UK plug, and I'll just get this out. And this is pretty sure it's a 6 amp charger. Output, oh, it's 3 amps, sorry, because it's a 48 volt, 29 amp hour. The 72 volts come with 6 amp output. So yeah, it's a nice little compact charger. Fused on the back there, and you do get 2 spare fuses as well, which is ideal. So I'm sure you guys have blown one of those, one or two of them in your life. I know I have. So that's just the charge instructions. So yeah. So the next thing to do is pretty much put the front wheel in the forks, remove the spindle out of the forks. Allen key job. It's all Allen key job until you come to the very end when you want to check everything on the bike, all the nuts, bolts and Allen keys itself. Highly advise you do that. So here we go, guys. Obviously the first job is to remove this spindle out of here, which is a really simple job. A couple of threaded Allen keys each side. Just loosen these Allen keys off here. Move them out of there. So let's get the wheel in. So all I'm going to do is just nip these up for the time being. I know these forks are nothing special and they are Chinese jobbies, but I far prefer them to the Zoom forks. These are a lot more forgiving, these KKE forks. They have good rebound on them, and you can adjust them up pretty well to suit your needs. So just going to nip these up a little bit, not a lot, and these top Allen keys as well, just pinching up just slightly. The next job is to remove the top cap and the various washers and whatnot you got on here. So this is another easy job. It's already loose, so I need to remove that, pull out that little grommet on the top there. See that? Put that somewhere safe so you don't lose. So that's the top cap removed. What I do is I like to lay all these bits out as they come out in order they come off. So then you've got your 3 washers. So I'll put that there. And this should just slide off now, hopefully. There you go. Yeah. So that's the next part. And you've got a couple more washers. And your cap. You've got your bearing holder ring. So that can go next. And your first bit to go back on. Right, so the forks are basically ready to slide onto the main frame now. So doing this by yourself is not ideal. I mean, there's probably a lot far easier ways to do this, but this way generally works for me. So so I've got the actual frame laid down on the floor, as you can see, and the forks and the front wheel. I'm just going to slide it up in, then I can stand the bike up onto its stand. So now I can stand the bike up and put the stand up. Whee! Get the stand up. And this caliper to feed through the forks like that, and the main wires. So there. So far, so good. So now we can install the various washers and the fork bracket and the cap in the order you took them off. You've got a couple of washers and your bracket. And 3 more washers. And your bars can go on. Yep. And you put your final piece on. So as they're on the forks, that's how they go back on. So just take them off and lay them out and you can't go wrong. So let's just nip those bars up. Ish. So yeah, bars are straight. So I'm just going to nip that up so it pulls all these washers down nicely into place. Remember guys, do not pull your front brake on at this point because I haven't got the caliper fitted onto the disc yet. So you don't want to give yourself a bit of a nightmare and trying to space out those brake pads. So that's nipped up. So we've got a couple of keys here. Cut them off. Stick them in the ignition so you don't lose them. Stick the seat in. Needs adjusting a bit, it's a little bit loose. That'll do for the time being. So there you go guys. How easy is that? It's absolutely simple stuff. So we need to put the pedals on. Whee! Finally. So there you have it, guys. That is the 3000 watt 48 volt 29 amp hour Alibaba Chinese stealth bomber, and it's sticking the battery in, checking all the nuts and bolts, all the Allen keys, maybe a bit of lube on the chain, check your tyre pressures, and you're ready to go. So that is it. There you go, guys. That's a pretty straightforward process of setting up one of these Chinese stealth bombers, and it's straightforward job. Forks on, wheel in, and away you go. So the next job for me is to fit the front front caliper. Oh, I keep saying derailleur, thought I'd never know. Fitting the front caliper and installing the battery, give the battery a charge, and away we go. So until the next time, guys, thanks very much for watching. Keep safe, and I'll see you very